Hi everybody, I am Lady Stars and Fire, and this is part 2 of the weekly healing messages for the week of May, now 8th through 15th. I'm being told if I'm going to split it into 2 when I come back for the Rune cast and any guidance that I'm given from Spirit itself, to split it so that it would be Monday through Monday and part 2 Wednesday through Wednesday, because this is coming back up and explaining and helping us through that second part of the weekly healing messages from what Spirit gave us that first time around, along with the astrology. And now as we're getting into that energy that the astrology has provided and what Spirit has told us, this is coming back in going, well, now from the Rune aspect and spiritual aspect, maybe some of these energies, this is now how we should maybe work through them and help us get through what it is we're already starting to experience. So that's why I'm doing it when it's part 1 with the astrology, Monday through Monday. And when I add the Rune and Spirit, it'll be Wednesday through Wednesday. So we're on part 2. Now, I have a lot of information coming from Spirit. But before I get into that, and get into the runes itself, before I went into the shamanic journey and before I was given all that information from Spirit, I was feeling a lot of that harsher energy coming in. And that has to do with exactly what I've been asking you the last week and the week before, this week right now. What side of Neptune are you on, baby? Because I got a lot of energy. Not everybody. This doesn't apply to everyone. But I am feeling for a lot of people. Yeah, and I was just told, basically, this also has to do with their right side. Their right side, their physical life in general, as well as, well, I'm getting it with the eye, but that will come back in just a moment, because the eye in Hebrew has to do with this week. But I'm saying it has to do with that, a lot of that crown energy from the right side of what we're assuming into our material life is what they are telling me, as well as keeping yourself grounded and in truth. But what I was trying to get to, thank you, Spirit, not that they interrupted, but before they added that piece of information, is on that side of Neptune. Neptune, as I always tell everybody, Neptune is our magic. It's where the magic is made. It's where the dreams, the fantasy, all is brought into life through the manifestation, and how it can actually become the magic that you create. It is where you find the magical ability for I am. Okay? But on the wrong side of Neptune, it's where we jump into the nostalgia that still causes us pain. It's where we jump into those memories that still cause us pain. It's where, like I asked in part 1, are you allowing that hidden beast within you to run your Neptune? Are you allowing that hidden beast, your hidden demons, your hidden monster to run your Neptune? Are you allowing it to run you in the wrong way? And that's part of what I was asking right off the bat from last week and this week, and I'm being told that it's going to have a lot to do with that iron. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But before I get into what Spirit spoke of, and I go into the Hebrew of that, like I said, what side of Neptune are you on, baby? You are capable of doing anything you want. You can create the best life that you want if you're in the I am for the positive, not the I am for your beast. Okay? You got to get out of that beast crap, all of that horrible negative energy that keeps you from moving forward. That has to do with release and surrender. Some things are in your past for a reason, and they need to stay there until you let them go. I am, for my girlfriend, stands for I slay. I am can be anything that you put I am in front of. I am positive. I am a positive, inspirational person in this world. Say it with me. I am a positive, inspirational person within this world. I am capable of bringing all the abundance that I want to me in positive ways. I am. I slay. I slay everything that is negative around me so it no longer exists. I will erase it. I will move forward in all the positive ways. I slay my own personal demons. I slay my own personal beast. It has no power over me. I am the person who runs my life. I am the decision making. I am capable of anything. But you got to be on the right side of Neptune. Get rid of that beast energy talking in your ear. It's keeping you in the negative. Some people have our problems. Sometimes we move into different dimensions. Sometimes we move up in our dimensions, but also sometimes life sticks us with so many things that unfortunately will bring back some of that ego energy. Sometimes too many changes happen and we have trouble holding on to that fourth and fifth dimension where we are able to let go of that ego. And that is your personal demons fighting you. You've got to get back into I slay and I am able to do everything I want in my life, and your chatter ain't gonna stop me. Okay? You need to have that power. You need to find that personal power within to know the Godding is in you. It was a seed that was given to you for you to be able to manifest and create your own life. And you have it, as long as you're not letting your beast talk you out of it. Now, as I go into what I was given from Spirit, and I'm being told right now that a lot of people are definitely getting caught up in that swept up energy that your inner beast, your inner ego might be pulling you back from those dimensions and back into the physical reality in a negative way. And that's about grounding yourself and finding your faith and your hope and the power within you, is what I'm being told. But Hebrew is what I was given for this week. I was given the Ayin. And I've posted a lot of information about that on Facebook, as well as some videos from people discussing it in Hebrew so that you can help to understand it. Now, the Ayin also is always connected, when they are doing it with the Hebrew information, back to the Torah or back to the Bible itself. So for some of you people, some of you are highly, very, very much Christians. And to each their own. It is not my right to tell you what is right for you. It is not my right to tell you the direction that you must follow as far as spiritual or religious paths. But I will state that the Ayin, when you get into it, will direct you back to a lot of references to the number 70 within the Bible, as well as the Ayin itself. I'm not going to go into all of it because it's so very much to talk about. But I'm going to give you some of those main aspects the Spirit is pointing out to me for this specific week. Again, from Wednesday to Wednesday. It is the I. The Ayin stands for the I. It stands for divine providence. It speaks to us of the God. God himself. The universal energy. Whatever it is that you choose to see the Creator as being, that divine image, is speaking to us of having the eye to see all. Okay? But when it comes to us directly, it's speaking to us of the all-seeing eye, our all-seeing eye, our third eye. And it speaks to us of above and below. It speaks to us of saying, if our third eye is clean, so shall our body. If our third eye is dirty, if it is springing up of water, of dirty water, such as your own inner ego, your own beast, then so shall your body be. You must get clean. This is happening to do with moving up into those positive vibrations, that positive hope and faith and belief, period. Of moving you into those positive vibrations so that manifestation can come true. Keeping the body clean and keeping ego out. If you are full of ego, then you are full of ego. If your eye is full of ego, then you are allowing it to take over the whole body, and your spring is running with ill water, so to speak. You have to get clean and get into that positive energy and that higher focus that will also lift you back into those dimensions again and bring yourself back up into that positive manifestation. What side of Neptune are you on? I've been saying it over and over again. But they are speaking to us of Ayin as far as the divine providence. You have divine providence in you. You might have to search for it. We all have times we get knocked down. And you know what? That's a learning curve. That's okay. It's not okay to be knocked down and have things go wrong. But it is a learning curve. And the only reason it's okay is because you get your ass back up on that horse and you ride out and you start the new day. That is what makes it okay. That is what brings in that divine providence. This is where we find the eye of above and below within us, not just in the world around us. It speaks to us of the spring that flows from all things in the world of manifestation. Are you manifesting positively or from the negative, from your inner beast? Because it's time to let that shit go. Okay? I just feel that it's so powerful, I've got to bring it out that way. The Ayin also speaks to us of the numeric number energy. That number of the energy of 70. Now, we got to remember, 0 is a guiding energy. 0 is the creation of that guiding energy, that manifestation, that power within it. Then we're given 70. 70 speaks to us of divine magic. It speaks to us of awakening. It speaks to us of acceptance, of development, of manifestation, of our own spirituality, as well as our psychic gifts, our psychic abilities. But are you allowing that psychic energy of that divine magic to be listening to your inner beast? You got to know that and get rid of it. I wear these bells for a reason. It helps keep that beast away from my head. Plain and simple. The bells ring away negative energy. That's why I wear the bells on my arm and my feet. And they don't ever come off unless I'm sleeping. For me personally, that's what I need to do. But we're speaking of 70, which goes with that Ayin, that divine providence, that divine magic that is coming in right now. But this morning when I woke up, I was given 78. On the medium side of things, I'm sitting in my living room when my fireplace decided to start talking, and this is how they speak to me often. And within my fireplace, the number 70 came up, which I knew went with the Ayin, but then it turned into 78. And being in the fireplace itself, the number is showing me of your inner fires, of the power that is within. The fire that is you is why they are showing us. Are we on 70 or are we dealing with the 78? Are we in between? Because you got to remember that 0 energy adds it, but adds that power into that double digit. But 7 itself speaks to us of divine magic. 8 itself speaks to us of the inner wisdom. It speaks to us of that abundance. It speaks to us of that manifestation. It also speaks to us of karma, self-discipline, free will. Are you on the ego side of that self-discipline? Are you on the ego side of your free will? Are you on the ego side of your karma? 8 also speaks to us of the infinity. Are you infinitively bringing to you negative from your beast, from your ego? This is why I said 70 or 78 in my fireplace, in your heart, your soul, your fire. This speaks to us of that cleansing to get back to the 70, back to the Ayin, back to the divine providence, and create what we truly want. And the best time to fight with your ego, the best way of fighting with your ego, is refusing it. If you refuse its fight, you already won. It's trying to talk you into fighting it. That is what the negative energy does. It's smarter than us in the way of knowing how to go around fighting us in different ways to make us lower ourselves from what it is our purpose is. When you're smart enough to know, I'm not even playing your game. I am light. I have that positive abundance. I have the God given to me. I have at least a seed of it in me. You don't get to play. I turn you off. That is where you start to move forward, baby. Now, I'm also given, before I go into the runes themselves, I was shown a lighthouse. And what it is a picture of mine, because part of the way my medium energy works is the pictures themselves will tend to move around and stuff and give me what it is that they were trying to show me. And it's a picture that I'm shown of that is a lighthouse that's lighting up over like a darkened area, where there is sea, and it's coming up to to where the land meets the sea itself as well. And it's at a nighttime, which is speaking to us of finding that light within the dark. But the light that is projecting out of the lighthouse looked more like a door. And the light itself was showing of divine angels that are there to help you. Go into the light. Help yourself find that door, that lighting. You don't need to pay attention to all the darkness around you. You need to be aware of it, yes. But the light is where it will pull you through, is what I'm being shown. Now, in my shamanic journey, before I go into what the runes had to say, I was given a rune. And I was given Othal. And this is what Othal normally looks like. I was given Othal. However, I'm given Othal, and this has to do with those people who are having that hard time right now, because I'm being given it inverted, meaning upside down. And Othal speaks to us of everything inverted. The opposite of what Othal means is what the journeying is showing us. Because I asked if there's anything specific that we need to know that will help us move forward. And they showed me Othal inverted. And Othal speaks to us of our ancestral, our property, our heritage, our homeland, our heart and soul that cannot be taken away from us. This is ours. You cannot take it away because it's mine unless I ignorantly gave it away. And that means I need to go find my power and get it back. Okay? And inverted, that is exactly what they're talking about. Too many of us have given our power away. It is speaking to us of subservice. It is speaking to us of external forces. The external forces of the very subservice. Of our interests, of our worry, of our loss, of our home, our loss within decay within our life, our loss within that social order, our loss within dictatorship or a dictator above us in general. It speaks to us of the lack of that loyalty, of sustaining that force. This has to do with what it is we are worried that we've already lost. Nothing can be taken away from who and what it is you are, babe. Nothing can be taken away from who and what it is you are unless you already gave that power back. And then it's time to cut those cords and pull your power back to you. Nothing can be taken away from you. Your ancestors are part of your love and your family and what has created you over the thousands of years it took to create you. All of that can't be taken away. Yes, we have problems in our life where things change and we don't like it and that causes us to worry. But our inner power can never be taken away as long as we are willing to hold on to it and believe in it and know it and strengthen it and bring that inner power back. This is what Othal inverted is speaking to us of. It's speaking to us of get your power back. Turn yourself around and believe in it. Nothing can be taken away from you that is already inside of you. This is where your home is, not your physical home. Your home is your soul. And nobody can take your soul away except for you by allowing it to be given away. So dig in your soul and pull it out. That's what we're being told this week. Now, as far as the runes go, I am going to speak to us of the lower energies and work up to the positive energies. And the reason I'm saying this is because they are giving me so much It is such a positive manifestation week, but that there are so many out there who are working on getting their power back, who are working on finding that divine providence, their iron, the above and below within them, so that spring of belief is giving you positive manifestation, not working from your ego. And because of that, I'm going to give you the runes as they were given to me, from the lower energies up to the most positive. And that starts off for those who are having themselves overcoming these problems. Speaking to us from the runes, they are saying Hagulaz. Hagulaz is awareness, because it's coming in how light. It speaks to us of awareness. It speaks to us of our spiritual energies, of spiritual positivity, as well as calming ourselves within energy. Hagulaz is hail, storm, and crisis. But it is that controlled crisis leading you into completion, into your inner harmony. It speaks to us of the transformation from our inner preparations, that how it is necessary for us to transfer, how it is it indicates the hidden events from our past that needs to become disclosed. It can show a coming of a crisis that will change one's life. It reveals those long-term patterns and the means of how to go about changing them. This is where we've got to be paying attention to that spiritual energy. How is it that they're telling you to go about making these changes? Understand, these changes are happening for good reasons and for the positivity within our life. But we have to be able to sift through and find how it is that we are to go in the next positive way. It speaks to us of transformation through the crisis, inner self-order, change coming from outside of the realm, outside of ourselves, outside of what we have power over. The only thing you have power over is you, your own mind. Other manifestation is going on with everybody else in the world in their own personal ways. You can't control what they do, but you can control what you do, how you act and what you think. It is the cosmic seed that is reshaping and reshaping again to present of the present according to the very highest of ideals, being able to work through our past and being able to move it into our future with working with what it is that our past has taught us. Okay? It is control of the elements for ourselves. It is control of our Rune craft. It speaks to us of our primal energy. Like I said, I was given 70 and 78 in the fireplace. That is your primal energy. That is your fire. That is the fire that is within you. Period. You just got to dig in and pull it out. You can be the most positive, inspirational warrior if you work towards it. You got to get rid of that ego shit. It speaks to us of the Rune craft of Rune Mother, Frost and Fire meet, so that we can move forward. It speaks to us of, like I said, it is that controlled crisis from the higher energies that is learning and leading us into completion for our own personal inner harmony. Now, next, we are reminded, and I said in the astrology in part 1, that it is going to be a very emotional week. Today is also the full moon in Scorpio. Hello! That talks about intensity of emotions, period. Scorpio feels everything. It feels the love. It feels the hate. It feels the joy. It feels the betrayal. We get into the mystery of stuff. We might even search for answers, and maybe we even take the answers before we're actually truly given them in total. We jump off the high horse and we think we know what's going on before we truly see the whole story. This is all of that highly emotional energy that comes with Scorpio. Blowing off the handle comes with Scorpio. Or it can be completely intense in that loving way and in intimacy. So, I mean, you got to realize we're taking it, the full moon in Scorpio, and then that energy is going to stay building throughout the rest of the week in different ways, but it is going to be highly intense. So, the next one, logically, which makes perfect sense, was Lagus. Lagus is coming in truth and honesty. It is coming in Amazonite. It also speaks to us of our spiritual energy, our spiritual psychic protection in the when we psychically travel. When we are, I'm sorry, one of my cats is looking in the door. I have several stray cats that live right here on the property that, yeah, she just came in to look at, see what's going on. Yeah, so that gives you cat energy also this week, which has to do with that mystery right now. So, if she's coming in, you know there's a reason for it. But the goose is speaking to us of the water, the sea, the lake, the life force. It speaks to us of the rivers and the oceans. It is a focus of the issues of our emotional, our creativity, as well as our spirituality. It is the healing power of renewal, honey. The healing power of renewal. It speaks to us of that manifestation and of psychic matters. It speaks to us of the journey over water in general or into our deep feelings of our waters, our emotional waters. It can show the magical power at work. It can indicate the presence of someone working with their magic that might be coming into your life. Look for emotional people, creative people that just seem to get their way kind of easily, because that is the energy that you need to be going for, is that positive manifestation. The Lagus also speaks to us of the water, the life force, our emotions, our feeling body, our intuitive energy, our unconscious depths of ourself. It is our sea voyage. It is the rites of passage into the next, through the death and the growth of what was. It speaks to us of creativity, of our vital power, our fire. It speaks to us of that vital power of our very spirit. It speaks to us of stamina, of layers, of what it is our existence is. Okay? It's the layers of the unknown. It is energy manifesting from the unknown, because you're in your deep waters. It is the testing of evolution through tapping into those vital forces. It is the ion of above and below coming into divine providence. It speaks to us of our sorcery projection of our will, our psychic power, our responsiveness. But it also tells us to release, surrender, and let go what it is that is no longer serving you. When we release, I mean, it's the full moon time. It's time for that release. When we release and we let go of what's no longer serving us, a lot of us just take it as, you know, something we do because we're working towards letting go. And then some of us truly let go. When you are releasing what is no longer good for you, you are igniting the fire that is within, and you are cutting the cords of what no longer serves you. This is what release is about, so that you can find that power to move on. Now, lastly, but definitely not least, we are given, and we're giving it double, we are giving Dagaz. Dagaz is coming in Rhodonite, which is unconditional love of self, love of others, just unconditional love in general, period. Self and others and everything with it. It also speaks to us of clarity. And we're getting it also in truth and honesty through Amazonite. Dagaz is day, dawn, and twilight. It is the fire energy. It is the world of our outer experiences. It points to us of awakening or of enlightening and of realization. It shows us the sudden and unexpected gifts. The sudden and unexpected shifts in our consciousness. A life of situations and complete change. Again, it shows us the sudden or unexpected shift within our consciousness of our life and our situations into that complete change. It is ruled by the world of twilight and paradox. It is situations that can indicate the presence of that enlightenment or of that teacher that will help bring that enlightenment to you. However, Dagaz is also the trickster and the liar. This is what I'm talking about. What side of Neptune are you on? What eye are you using in Iron? Are you using the Iron that is of divine providence and bringing you the manifestation and seeing everything, the all-seeing eye, in the positive way? Or are you digging back into your ego and letting it chatterbox you into the liar that is keeping you from moving forward? Dagaz speaks to us of change directed by our own will through our transformation. It points to the awakening or awakened consciousness, enlightenment, left brain, right brain, action, and balance, realization, and our polarities and our opposites become revealed. It is our inner space connecting with our outer space. It is the perpetual breakthrough. It is unexpected events or arrivals and breaks within our normal, natural rhythm and rhyme of life. It is also speaking to us of our development of our vision itself for what it is we are creating. It is the penetrating of the illusion. It's changing Neptune's fantasy into reality. That's what this whole week is about. Changing Neptune's fantasy into reality. Are you creating reality you want? Or are you allowing your ego to create reality you don't want? It is the gap between the worlds. It is the seeker. It speaks to us of crossing the rainbow bridge and finding the place of that enlightenment. It speaks to us of spontaneous responses as well. But it is also the magician. So what side of Neptune are you on? It is the mastery of appearance and the power of invisibility. Again, are you stepping into creating, or are you creating what you don't want? It's all about creating what you do want. So above and below, that third eye has got to be clean right now. Plain and simple. It is the deflection of the attack. Speaking to us of deflecting back the I am not paying attention to you. You do not exist, and I am not going to deal and play your game, ego. It speaks to us of the shamanic transformation as well as the completion that it takes of the cycle to move on. It is speaking to us of the moving on, basically. But it has its tricks within its lining. That is what Dagaz is. I wish you so much wellness. I know that you can slay and that you have I am energy. You just have to remember, every time you say I am, you're casting a spell on yourself and saying that that is what you're capable of. So make sure that I am is positive. I love you. Hugs and kisses in the wind, and I wish you so much wonderfulness, and I will see you next week. You can do it. I know that you can. I am powerful, and I am able to create all the luxury, all the wonderful, all the positive abundance within my life because I slay. I love you. Bye.